Welcome to the Cosmic Business Breakthrough Podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Pallas, and this podcast is for soulful entrepreneurs who want to harness the cosmic power of astrology to elevate their message, unlock flow, and attract their best clients ever. Join me every week and get excited to discover how you can use the energy of the cosmos to get the business breakthrough you've been waiting for. All right, if you're into astrology, which hopefully you are because you're listening to this podcast, you might have heard of one significant planetary shift happening in 2024. It actually started in 2023, but this year sees the planet Pluto move permanently into the sign of Aquarius for the next 20 years. Yes, that's right. After its dip back into Capricorn later this year, Pluto will be in the sign of Aquarius, the water bearer, until 2044. So what does that mean for you? Well, that's what we're here today to discuss. I'm going to give you a rundown of how Pluto in Aquarius will show up for all 12 rising signs, and therefore how that might affect your business and personal journey for the next chapter of your life. Let's start with a little overview of the planet Pluto. Now, I went into more detail about Pluto in episode 66 with astrologer Georgina Sierra, so check that one out too, particularly if you were born in the early 1980s, because you're going through a significant Pluto transit right now. Pluto, or Hades in Greek mythology, is the planet associated with the god of the underworld. In astrology, the planet Pluto governs these concepts of power, depth, intensity, destruction and regeneration, elimination and catharsis, transformation, evolution, biological processes of death, birth, sex, all that stuff, breakdown, decay, extremes, violence, crime, power struggles, psychology, and psychopathy. All of these things that are dark, mysterious, taboo, things that are under the bed type of energy, things you don't normally discuss in polite conversation, but that we all know are part of the human condition. So don't let that scare you off. Pluto is actually supposed to shock or disturb you. That's its purpose. It's supposed to shake you at a core level and help you uncover your darker side or your intense emotions. Because without the dark, we can't appreciate the light. It's here to help you go deeper within yourself and uncover what you're truly made of. This is often what we meet when we go through an intense Pluto transit. But this makes it a really important planet to get to know when it comes to your work in the world and your business. Because Pluto has a lot to say about how we deal with power in our lives and our businesses, how empowered we are and how we empower others, or if we have work to do in those areas. Now, with Pluto moving out of Capricorn and into Aquarius for good this year, we may see a lot of power shakeups, a lot of intensity and transformations around Aquarius themes. We might see some radical disruption to the tech industry or our social norms and ideologies, because these are sort of Aquarian themes. So I'll just run through a few overarching themes that Pluto and Aquarius might highlight for everyone, not just for you, but for us as a collective. So there's technological revolution, things like rapid advancements and breakthroughs in technology, from now and over the next 20 years. But because Pluto is making that initial ingress into Aquarius this year and then, settling in 2025, this is where we might really feel some sort of shift and change and rapid movement. So rapid movements, advancements, breakthroughs in technology. It could be more integration of artificial intelligence, more automation, and potentially innovative solutions in a lot of industries. Aquarian energy also has a lot to say about collective empowerment. So collective power, social justice movements. There could be some sort of transformation, which is the Pluto word, in social structures to address some systemic issues and promote inclusivity. Another Aquarius keyword, I suppose, is the humanitarian effort. There could be increased focus on global humanitarian causes, collaboration, more transformation around empathy, compassion, that collective well-being. That could be a heightened, particularly the next couple of years, but this is what we're settling into for the next 20 years. There's an aspect of community building associated with Aquarius energy too. So there could be, a rise in grassroots movements, a transformation when it comes to those kind of collective movements. There is an emphasis on collaboration and networking for some sort of a shared goal. That's very Aquarian. And certainly environmental consciousness is heightened with Aquarian energy. There's transformation around our acceptance of environmental issues. Maybe some innovation when it comes to environmental issues or sustainability practices, eco-friendly solutions. That's all possible with this Pluto in Aquarius energy. There's also possibility for some innovative education, more technology-driven learning, more unconventional approaches when it comes to education, which is really exciting as well. And of course, political change, transformation in political structures, in ideologies. There could be a lot of that kind of going on. Maybe some new grassroots political movements coming through, maybe changes in some political movements that have been established for a long time. There's potentially a lot of cultural shifts underway with this Pluto and Aquarius energy. There's a lot of focus on what might happen in terms of our social dynamics, in terms of our social media, potentially, in terms of our connectivity across the globe, in terms of our political activism, all of that stuff. There's a lot to consider with Pluto and Aquarius. So that's kind of the general overview of what we might be looking at collectively. Let's run through what Pluto in Aquarius is here to show you by rising sign. So this means we're talking about where Aquarius is in your personal chart, depending on your rising sign. So if you're an Aries rising, Pluto in Aquarius is going to be in your 11th house. Aquarius is your 11th house. So for Aries rising people, this is really going to light up for you that house of networks, the house of friendships, of community, of collaboration and aspirational themes, even aspirational connections, aspirational identities. You might experience some big shifts in your social circles and a powerful drive to kind of connect or align with people of like mind to you, of visionary people who have a similar focus to you. In terms of your business, you might also be looking at some unconventional collaborations and using more cutting edge technologies, enhancing your social media presence, working with social constructs in your business, and really embracing change when it comes to your social and professional networks and spheres. With this type of energy, your network can become a catalyst for some transformative success. Work your network. That is, I guess, a core business message for Aries rising, with Pluto and Aquarius moving through the 11th house. And this isn't a short-term thing. This is a long-term thing. You're going to be putting energy into this 11th house. You're going to be transforming things in that 11th house of networks, community, and aspirational connections, aspirational identity. If you are a Taurus rising, Pluto in Aquarius will be in your 10th house of career and public reputation, and it is going to be settling in there for, as I said, the next 20 years. So this is a time of big transformations in your professional life. This could mean some power struggles It could mean some cathartic moments in your career path, a bit of a rebirth when it comes to your public reputation. There will be some challenges with Pluto here, as you know, we've discussed the themes of Pluto in general. It's intense. It's going to fuel your ambition. It has great potential to shift you into a new level, but it's also going to bring moments of potentially the dark night of the soul in terms of your business. You're going to have to move through those death and rebirth moments over the next 20 years. There's going to be this radical transformation when it comes to your career and your business sector. And you may emerge, you're likely to emerge from that as a force to be reckoned with. This is a powerful transit, but it's not necessarily an easy one. There is a lot going on there in your 10th house of career over the next 20 years. If you are a Gemini rising, this means Pluto in Aquarius is in your 9th house. So Gemini rising people are going to have Pluto's transformative energy in their 9th house of higher learning, philosophy, exploration, long journeys, overseas travel, etc. This is a deep exploration of your beliefs and a big shift in your perspective. So your business ventures might take on a global or a philosophical dimension. You might be pushing boundaries, challenging conventional wisdom, really exploring some uncharted territory when it comes to your business, but also your own personal and spiritual development, right? This is a revolution when it comes to your philosophy of life and your philosophy of business. So there's something happening that is really profound when it comes to your spiritual beliefs, when it comes to your take on life, when it comes to your education and the people you're seeking out, your mentors, teachers, gurus. You know, not that we are necessarily seeking out gurus anymore, but you may have a fundamental shift in the way you see your mentors and the way you see mentorship and education in general. Cancer rising people are going to have Pluto in Aquarius in their 8th house of shared resources, intimacy, and psychological transformation. So Cancer rising people can expect some fairly intense shifts when it comes to their shared finances and also the emotional aspects of their partnerships. So the 8th house often links the emotional and financial aspects of our partnerships. There may be a profound transformation going on in that area. And this could mean business collaborations are very powerful for you at this time. There could be some big breakdown and rebirth moments in terms of your business collaborations, in terms of your financial planning, in terms of your financial structures and relationships, but also in terms of your own emotional partnerships and how you see yourself in collaboration with others, how you connect your resources, and how those power dynamics play out in those relationships. If you are a Leo rising, Pluto in Aquarius is going through your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. This is also contracts. So this is a big shift in the dynamics of your personal and professional unions. You might expect some intense moments of catharsis, of renewal, of change in your one-on-one connections. This could be for clients, this could be for business partners, this could be for your own personal romantic relationships. But when it comes to business, there could be some intense moments with clients, and the type of clients you work with may change dramatically over this time, or you might have changed the way that you work with clients in a dramatic way as well. There is a real transformative power dynamic going on here within partnerships with Pluto and Aquarius in your 7th house. And this is kind of key to your personal and business growth over this time, over the next 20 years. How are you dealing with those personal power dynamics in relationships, specifically with one-on-one partnerships? You might find that your collaborations or partnerships in business take on a much bigger impact or have a much more profound impact in this time. For Virgo rising, Pluto is going to be in your 6th house of daily routines, health, and service. This means there could be some transformative changes when it comes to your work environment and your well-being. You're going to want to dive deep, Pluto style, into the details of your daily life because there may be some profound shifts there that will lead to a bit of an evolution of your work and your health routines. There could also be a bit of an evolution when it comes to who you have on your team to support you. And that goes from employees to coaches, mentors, to people that support you in your home as well. So embrace some transformation around this area of your life and business, and also focus on the attention to detail that you're putting into things in your business and in your life. Like, how are you serving your community? How are you serving the people around you? How are you serving yourself? How are you improving your practices, your daily practices, your routines, your rituals, all of that stuff? When it comes to Libra rising people, so Pluto in Aquarius for Libra rising people is going to be moving through your 5th house of creativity, romance, self-expression. So if you're a Libra rising, you might find you go through some transformations when it comes to your creative passions, when it comes to your romantic life. That may also be going through a bit of a shift and a bit of a change. You might also find yourself able to express yourself more authentically, with more courage and with less fear. Pluto is here to really shake things up when it comes to your self-expression. So in your business, innovative and creative projects might take center stage, and that might also require a bold and authentic approach in order to have some sort of transformative success for you. Think also about that concept of death and rebirth in your self-expression. What are you putting an end to? What ways of expressing yourself are no longer required? And what's required now? What bolder version of your self-expression is required now? What's being born now? For Scorpio rising people, Pluto is going to be in your 4th house of home, family, and roots. Your family of origin, your ancestry, where you're from. And this may mean some intensity with your family dynamics. You may get some transformative moments where you have a much deeper understanding of your family or your roots, where you're from, your ancestors. In your business, though, this also brings focus to emotional intelligence and creating a more nurturing work environment for yourself. So this is going to be key to navigating those transformational energies and those shifts in your home life, but also in your professional life. Like, how are you supporting yourself from your home base in order to show up in a professional sense? For Sagittarius rising people, Pluto in Aquarius will be moving through your 3rd house. So this is some transformative energy when it comes to communication, when it comes to local interactions, when it comes to potentially siblings, cousins, close friends, colleagues. You know, this is some meaningful conversations in those areas, and also some innovative ways of communicating. So your business might involve more communication technology and more unconventional approaches, those Aquarian themes, to networking, to getting your message across. You might also go through a bit of a transformation when it comes to your marketing message. So embrace the power of words and connections, because this is what is going to be key to some transformative success in your personal and professional life. Capricorn rising people will have Pluto in Aquarius in their second house of finances, values, and self-worth. Now, this indicates some big shifts in your financial landscape and your self-esteem, your sense of self-worth. You're going to be diving deep into your values and reassessing your approach to financial stability. What does that look like or feel like to you? Your business may be going through some big financial transformations that require a reevaluation of your worth. It might mean that you're going through some big pricing changes as well. Embrace that transformative power of Pluto to help you create this more grounded sense of your value and the worth of your work for lasting success. It's also going to really help you to have a deeper connection with your sense of self-worth and your ability to generate resources. For Aquarius rising people, now this is really profound for you. Aquarius rising people are going to have Pluto going through their first house, the house of identity and self-expression. So this is a transformative shift when it comes to your personal and professional life. It's all about your authenticity. It's about your personal brand. It's about how you define or redefine your identity within your industry or just personally within yourself. You may be going through this process of redefining your identity for yourself as well. This is a journey of self-discovery with Pluto going through your first house. There's a lot there to be unpacked, especially if you have planets or points as well in Aquarius in your first house. There's going to be a lot of activity happening there. But you might find that you go through, over the next 20 years, a really profound shift in how you view yourself and how you are viewed in your industry, like how people see you and how you see yourself. Pisces rising people will have Pluto in Aquarius in their 12th house of spirituality, subconscious and hidden things. Now, this suggests some big shifts when it comes to your inner world. You're going to potentially be diving deep into your spiritual practices, exploring the depths of your subconscious mind. In business, this means you might be embracing more intuitive and visionary approaches. There will be some more transformative energy there for the hidden things, the hidden realms. And that may help guide you towards some sort of unconventional success or unconventional practices. So this is where you're going to trust your instincts and embrace the, again, transformative, cathartic power of intuition to have lasting impact. That is all 12 signs. This has been a lot to digest, but this is just a short overview of what Pluto in Aquarius might look like for you and some things to consider or look out for depending on your rising sign. If you want to know more about the big cosmic events of 2024, including the shift of Pluto into Aquarius, I hope you'll join me for my forecast event happening this week. Even if you can't be there live, if you register, you'll get access to the replay. Just go to sophiapalace.com/2024-forecast to sign up. I hope to see you there. Of course, if you want to dive deeper into your own personal astrology chart and how to work with it for greater business success, and particularly with your marketing in 2024, I encourage you to book a strategic intensive with me. If you book in January or February, you will be able to get a coupon code for 20% off. So I will pop the details in the show notes for that. These strategic intensive sessions are a really amazing way to set yourself up for the year ahead. My clients who do these absolutely love them. There is so much clarity and decisiveness to be found by working with your own personal astrology transits in your business. All right, have an amazing week, and I will speak to you soon. Thanks for joining me on the Cosmic Business Breakthrough. If you'd like to learn more about what I do, head to sophiapalace.com or follow me at Sophia Palace over on Instagram. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, I'd love for you to take a moment and review the show if you found it helpful and share it with a few friends. Thanks again, and I'll speak to you next time.